Tiny Whiny Tea Time.
Danger! Doctor! Danger! Yahoo!
I had to add a little extra fun there to the end. Alright. So this is the post show. We're not officially on the air. I gotta make sure I get off of all games. I clogged up their internet long enough.
Well, you know the internet is a series of tubes.
It is. And Al Gore invented it.
Yeah, it's not just a big truck you can just dump something on.
And that's my problem. I keep doing that. That's exactly what happens. That's why Comcast is charging me more for it.
Yeah, sure, that's why.
Those jerk faces.
Oh, dude, early happy birthday to Scotty Daniels.
Yes, early happy birthday. I can't multitask well these days, bad. But they were talking about Scotty's not into Doctor Who, but that's not all we talk about here. But he says, so I said, well, do you at least like some sci-fi? And he goes, yeah, Star Wars and Star Trek. So say that. That's good, because there's weirdos out there that don't like sci-fi at all. Like they just have a complete bias and won't give it a try. And I don't know. I feel like there's always going to be some science fiction that someone will get into.
See, I can understand that, like, that thing, though, because, like, remember, I always talk about the Doctor Who Sherlock crossover, and, you know, there's that large margin that doesn't like the combined idea where I love it. Same thing goes with Trek and Wars. Star Trek and Star Wars. Most of the time, those communities hate each other. Star Wars guys love Star Wars, hate Star Trek. Star Trek guys love Star Trek, hate Star Wars. Finding that nice, like, middle that can kind of mediate between the two is amazing.
Yeah, I agree. And again, AM Audio Media make with a great point here. You know, people, some say they can't get into science fiction, but they like films like Inception and shows like The Walking Dead. It's still a double standard. Like that cracks me up. Like, I also find it hard. Like, if you like fantasy, I don't see how people can't make the crossover to science fiction. It's almost like you say, magic wands and dragons are very realistic to me, but I can't suspend my disbelief when you're talking about spaceships. Ugh, people traveling in space. That's just too far-fetched. Time travel? No, that's crazy talk. Hey, Expelliarmus! Oh, that works. I mean, I have nothing against...
I see what you did there.
Nothing against, Willy Wonka. I mean, Harry Potter.
Wow, really? Really?
I kid.
Someone's gonna get you those booger-flavored jelly beans. It'll probably be me. I'll just be like, here.
He go enjoy. Yeah, and again, AM Audio Media says so much mainstream stuff is basically science fiction and fantasy now. People don't realize it's true. It's like they got rid of the label so people wouldn't feel dirty about it. It's like, and a part of that also comes from the fact that we live in a world where the people are not very well read or just well learned. Like people are not like experiencing content in multiple ways. Like most folks, they either stick to movies and TV shows, but they talk about podcasts and their mind is blown. Like, that's a thing? People do that?
I more attribute that to subdividing. Like, okay, if I listen to rock music, right? And now everyone just got an image in their head. They got a song that they thought of. But then you've got guys who are thinking of glam rock, some thought of punk rock, some thought of, hair metal, death metal. Like, rock is so subsectioned. Well, we have that with sci-fi because you've got your sci-fi. And then they're like, well, this is a zombie subgenre of sci-fi. Well, this is fantasy. Yeah, but like this is medieval fantasy and this is cyberpunk fantasy, which kind of meets in between the two now. And they're subdividing down to such levels that it just they're thinning themselves out, and that's a shame.
We kind of see a similar thing. And part of that is not just the content creators; it's also the consumers that dictate. The marketplace often dictate those kind of things, whether we realize it or not. And I see that in the gaming community where people have this like thing where you're not a real gamer unless you play X, or you're a casual gamer. You're a filthy casual. You're semi-casual. No, I'm hardcore. I love video games. No, but you're not hardcore. Like really, like you think you are, but you're not. It's like
you're not hardcore unless you're playing Call of Duty 16 hours a day.
Yeah, it's like those kind of things, and that's what happens in other walks of content. So, yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's a big part of it, but it's not the only part. I think it's just because people really don't take like it's rare I come across people now that do personal development or do research, try to think for themselves, or try to really go beyond with what's thrown in their faces. So like when I talk to the average buddy or pal I might have, think, oh, I just read this really good personal development book, and then I lost him at personal development. Like, what's that? Or I lost him at book. Like, books? That's still a thing? Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's hard like these days for me to recommend. Like, it used to be a time when I would tell someone, hey, I really recommend reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's probably the one book that everyone should read. It changes how you approach life, big time. And they're like, and then people will take me up on the offer. Like, yeah, I'm looking for a good book to read. It's like, yeah, definitely check it out. Now it's like now I feel like I do that, people will be like try to crucify me or something. So I think it's just the culture's changed a lot, and that's why like science fiction is like you don't see it; it doesn't exist as a thing, but people are enjoying it. It's weird. Like it's the same reason that like my wife and I know lots of women like this that they hate gamers because of what it does to relationships, or they think it's childish. But they'll lose hours upon hours each day playing Facebook games. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, right. That Candy Crush thirst is real.
For her, it used to be the Zoo game from Rocky, and then it was like Farmville, and I forgot, Vampire Wars, and a bunch of other ones. And I'm like,
dude, BFT just broke my heart. He said that he likes horror movies, but he has a really hard time with the really cheesy horror. And I am like the ultimate trauma independent B movie cheese person. Like I really am.
see, I think it's cheesy and camp is good when that's what they attempt to be. But when it's just cheesy because they just didn't try to make it serious. Like, oh, this is scary. It's supposed to be scary. But we're gonna get lazy here. Then that's bad. So there's like that's I think this distinction needs to be made. But yeah, I love camp. Like like Bruce Campbell stuff. Like hell.
Oh, dude, yeah. Anything Bruce Campbell and like, I don't know if you're familiar with Trauma, but they did like
Oh yeah.
Toxic Avenger,
Yeah.
Classic Nukem High. Dude,
Yeah.
love it. My favorite movie that I love having to describe to people is Poultrygeist.
Ah,
Because they're like, what is Poultrygeist? And I'm like, okay.
Poultrygeist. What is Poultrygeist? Can you tell me, Yogzilla?
Right? Like, what is Poultrygeist? And then I have to go, okay. It is a horror zombie chicken fast food restaurant indictment of mega conglomerates set in a musical. And they go, what? And I go, or you could just watch it with me.
Wait. Are you talking about a separate movie that's not Poltergeist? Like
Right, it is Poultrygeist.
Okay, I thought.
It is actually called Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead.
Okay, cause I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you were just being funny. I thought you were being facetious about it. I'm like, wait, this is actually a thing. This is like Repo the Genetic Opera meets Poltergeist type thing. Okay.
Like when I tried to describe Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Without using the words Neil Patrick Harris. Good luck. Yeah, like you just go, well.
There were some folks from Firefly in there too.
There are.
Yeah. Oh man, good times. Yeah, that's the good kind of camp for sure. If the name BFT says if the name is stupid like Frankenfish, I tend to avoid them. But see that, like I kind of like the sci-fi straight to video type things. Though now it's straight to cable, made for cable movies, made for TV.
See, I can tell Scotty watches them trauma films. He's like, I like the trauma films because of the nudity in them, and I'm like, yep, that is everywhere. Like, oh god.
Oh yeah, and horror is like the biggest trope is, the person who's most promiscuous dies first. Unless there's a black person or some other minority, they die first.
Dude, I would.
Classic horror is so racist and like so freaking sexist. It's terrible.
It is. I would kill just to watch a reaction video of BFT 9000 watching Thanksgiving.
Oh gosh!
Like with the killer turkey. Have you seen it? And like the turkey talks. Oh my god, the cheese level is over 9,000.
Oh my! That we're gonna go off on another on a whole different tangent there. Nightmare on Elm Street, one of my all-time favorites for sure.
Yep.
So good. But I just want to do a little post just to say hello to the latecomers, and I want to say hello again to AM Audio Media. Shout them out. They're doing the Doctor Who Dark Journey radio drama. It's great stuff. If you go to amaudiomedia.com, I believe is the site, you can check out series 1, and series 2 is coming out soon. Freddy versus Jason. Dexter effect was going on, man.
See, now that I know about this, I'm gonna have to catch up on all of these episodes, because in my ideal world, you know what I want to see, right?
Sherlock and Doctor Who working together.
Sherlock
and the Doctor. I'm sorry. Ooh.
Versus Moriarty and the Master.
Yeah.
Like, instead of, like, if I had my way by the end of that season, just to introduce the Doctor, where they cut off the show, instead of Did You Miss Me? Or even if it said Did You Miss Me, it would go to the beat of the war drums. Or it would go Did You Miss the Drums? Because it's kind of like that epic double return of,
my
God.
That'd be pretty crazy. Someone's gonna do that.
Dude, it'd be legit. I'd be all about it.
Then you have to wonder about like if like there might be some copyright thing if you're using too many characters or whatever. I don't know what. I think with radio dramas you're pretty safe for the most part as long as you're not monetizing it directly. Like there's little loopholes, but it's an interesting world. BFT says Freddy versus Jason was super fun. It definitely was, and it was good times. I definitely rarely.
Freddy, I love it.
Yeah, and I definitely lean more towards Freddy, because Jason, they just rewrote him too much. Like, first he was a human that went mad, then he was a mutant of some sort, or disfigured human, then he became a demon somehow.
Demon. Jason goes to hell.
It's like, what? When did this happen? Whatever. But it's still fun. It's fun. Like, the Friday the 13th movies are pretty much like Resident Evil, where you have to just realize there is no continuity and just enjoy each one individually.
Yeah, I like that Freddy can kind of be more out there. Like, I remember as a kid watching him, like, he trapped a kid in the video game and was, like, jamming on the Nintendo controller, and then he's like, the power glove, which no kid ever used.
Yep.
See,
the power glove.
BFT, unless he's killing with the power glove again, then you can skip it.
But that's one of the things that's missing is that a lot of movies from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s were such a tribute to those eras, and they did a lot of tongue-in-cheek things. Now it's like movies makers have forgotten to have fun, I feel like, but game developers haven't. Like you have stuff like Shovel Knight, what a wonderful tribute to like classic games, and 20XX, the things we wanted to see in Mega Man, put into play. I mean, there's still hope. There's still hope with content, but I do have to wrap this up because of Oolong. I'm very hungry now. My tummy is rumbling. It's probably gonna start coming up on the microphone because the microphone's super sensitive. No matter how much I tool with the settings and whatever, but yeah, it is. But AM Audio Radio, AM Audio Media. I keep wanting to say radio. I don't know why. But shout out from them to their artists, Jason, Neil, and Stephen Andrew, who are working diligently on this Series 2 artwork. And again, make sure you check them out. And you'll see, actually, I've been linking to a lot of their stuff on the Geeky Antics Facebook page. So check them out. I also want to give a shout out to American Revenant. AM Rev is on Facebook. You look him up. He's an author. He's got a daytime job, but he's got a series of post-apocalyptic stories. I don't want to spoil it for you, but check it out. Good stuff. Jason Brandt also he has the Hunger book series with the really cute girl on the book cover. Check them out. Again, all those links should be on geekyantics.net and Facebook.com/Geeky Antics. Sprinkled all over the place. Oh, man. It might be a good night for horror tonight. That sounds like a good idea. Watch a little more Lost Girl and then some horror movies and chillax. But first, there's work to be done. So, I must bid you all a fond farewell. Do you have anything to sound off with, Oolong?
Oh, man. No, man. Like, not really. Like, I'm looking forward to the streams. Like, the Monday stream's going to be amazing. Looking forward to that. Can't wait. I can't wait until we get AM Audio Media. Like, I totally, that's got to happen. Gotta make it happen. I'll figure it out. Hopefully, I just want to see us get some stuff, get it rolling. I think it'll be positive. I'm optimistic of the future. Of course, I'm also like, this is hour 30 without sleep, so I'm also a little lucid. But
yeah, no, that's another reason I'm gonna try to wrap it up. I know you haven't slept much, and I'm in the same boat, but I got so much to do.
it's all right. I'll probably put something on Netflix and be up for like the next 6 hours, anyways. I'm gonna start down the rabbit hole of listening to Series 1 and then be stuck waiting for Series 2 and just not sleep. I'm just gonna be listening and
Yeah, another thing I wanted to recommend that I've brought up a few times lately. I finally caught up with Falling Skies, and that show is great. And it's not because Steven Spielberg is involved with it. It's just a great show. I really enjoy it. And sadly, it's the last season now coming up, season 5 this year. I don't know when, but it's gonna be this year, 2015. So, yeah.
Oh, I did think of something else I wanted to shout out.
All right.
Go
for it.
It's actually just a streamer. They're not streaming now, but they did something really cool yesterday that I saw, and I thought it was kind of awesome. I was watching a guy I've watched for a good while in League of Legends, the game of Salt, and the guy's called a platypus. All right, look him up if you don't know.
Oh yeah, I've seen that stream before.
He does awesome stuff, dude. Like he does Bronzodia. My alt account is named after his Bronzodia series. It's named Perma Bronzodia, and he does like a beer of the day when he streams. But yesterday, at the end of his stream, he was like, "Let's go find a streamer that has no one," and he went through like 4, 5, 6 streamers, and they were just kind of, whatever, I don't really care. Your people can be here, they can't, whatever. But he found this really awesome chick who was streaming League of Legends. I mean, she was just doing viewer games. She had it was like 2 viewers. It was her, a couple of friends, and she was like, hey, anyone who comes in wants to just kind of play the game. There were people who were viewing and then stopped viewing just to play a game with her. But he was like, screw it, guys, we're going to go raid that stream. And he went in and just raided like 300 people deep into this person's stream who had like 2 viewers and got like a good 200-300 to stick around. So I thought that was kind of cool, that he's always kind of looking for the lower streamers, show them love and bring them up. For a guy who's got a sub button, he's considered a bigger streamer,
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I like that. So mad props there, A Platypus.
Yep, Platypus.
And actually, one more thing I want to recommend since everybody's in a horror mood. Check out Babadook. It's a fun movie. If you enjoyed Insidious even mildly, you should enjoy Babadook. And it also reminds me, for me, I got a sense of where the Wild Things are, kind of, in the way it tells the story. It's almost like creepy kids, and then there's creepy children's stories, and it's me. I really enjoyed it. It's not. I don't know if it's really scary. It's got some eeriness to it, but it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable experience. It's something different, definitely.
Yeah.
The Babadook.
Oh yeah. Also, for everyone out there, don't forget, go check it out. #MakeAwesomeGiveaway. Giveaway. GeekyAntics.net. Go take a look at it. I gotta mention it anytime I'm on any stream.
I know. I was waiting for you to do it,
dude. Obi challenged it. And I've caught a stream. I think he missed saying it once, and I have not missed it yet. I am living up to the challenge. Until it is done, I will, every time there's a stream, I will mention it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Even if I got to be like, so Yogi, I don't know if you've heard, but there's this mega awesome giveaway happening over at this place called Geeky Antics. You should check them out.
And that's bit.ly/mega awesome giveaway or geekyantics.net/giveaways. Oh, and Insidious, I like it. I didn't find it very scary. I think it's a high concept. It's like a really good concept, but poor execution kind of situation. I feel like they could have filmed certain shots better and done more to create the suspense. But it is pretty cool. Part 2 is interesting. And the third one I don't remember. I don't know if I've seen it. My family's into that series. I prefer something like Sinister. That really messes with your head. Oh gosh. That is really unnerving. But anyway, outro music again, and then we'll be officially done. And we'll see you guys soon, hopefully. Don't forget, tomorrow, Sunday, we got 2 podcasts, and the schedule's up at geekyantics.net/schedule. And tonight, over on the UBN side of things, the Spartan Show should be having a show. That sounds redundant. Yeah, it's going to be their podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll see you guys there. And maybe we'll do something before then, but so much work to be done, so much to do.
If you guys do go to check out the apostolic outlook, I can never pronounce that word. If you guys go and check out Rev Ted, that dude's amazing. Like, high energy, great guy.
Definitely, and a lot of people, a lot of our viewers and listeners are not big on religion, but it's about practical advice, and hope. Everybody needs that. So you don't have to consider yourself religious, but give it a shot. You might like it. You might be pleasantly surprised. I think everybody needs some hope, whether you consider yourself religious or whether you consider you have faith or not.
Even if you just have questions about it. I mean, he's extremely informative and answers questions. It's amazing.
Yeah, just don't troll him. Be nice about it. Ask real questions.
Cool. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, don't be mean about it. But surprisingly, people have been really nice when they go in there and stumble into the show, so that's cool. So yeah, tomorrow that's an Apostolic Outlook, and at 2 p.m. Eastern, and that's 11 a.m. Pacific, and then the Sunday Dose at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific. And with that, we're off to the races or something. And booyah, here we go.
Tiny, whiny tea time. Me gusta.